So here's our little project for the next hour or so. As I said, there's quite a steep little piece of land here, and we're going to make something that makes people walk around rather than cut across. So it looks attractive when you come up this way, sort of pushes you that way or pushes you that way, and if you came that way it stops you cutting the corner. So here's what I've come up with. First, let's just make a little platform here. It's going to be a bit of a quick one. Just happen to have this old Besser block which I can flatten out. Looks ghastly, but we're going to disguise it with a few of these rocks. The other thing I've got here is this big rock which I've found in the bush. Benefits of owning a small farm, but very light. Now I can balance him on top of this Besser block, and so you don't see the Besser block. I found a couple of flat rocks I thought I could get. So that's probably going to look alright, and I've got a few other spare rocks around here. I'll disguise him from both angles, and got a bit of an abundance of rocks here. Want to keep some to make a bit of a pot here. One thing I did have. It's funny, you just got all these things lying around. That's the landscaping for you. I've got this rock orchid that's been sitting around for a while, and you'll see if I just put him in here between these rocks on top of the ground, maybe facing you, get something that starts to look a little bit natural. Now to turn it into some artwork. What I've done is jumped on eBay, my favourite shopping store, and I brought these little diamond tipped drills, and I'll show you up the shed when we start doing the rocks. Anyway, so I've got this big guy now set in place, and all I'm doing is drilling holes in a nice depth. What's that, about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 centimetres into this rock. Lucky I already pre-drilled them. So I've got 6 big deep holes in here out of this one drill bit. So we're about right to go. Let's jump up the shed. I'll show you the next bit I've got in mind. Okay, welcome back to the shed. I said we'd do a bit in here. It's actually turned into a rainy day project, so this is a good one. So the next bit is using these little diamond drill heads. Now I got these on, as I said, on eBay, $7 for half a dozen of them, and you sort of got to look after them, but at $7 I can buy plenty more anyway. So what I've done is I've gone around and picked up some nice coloured rocks out of the local river. So this one's quite red, this one's got a bit of blue in him, other colours, and yeah, you want to try and choose, if there's such thing as a soft rock or a rock that's not as dense. That'll save you drill bits, but I kind of like the colours of these ones, so I'm going to burn out a few drill bits, so to speak. So what I'm doing next is, I'm going to go about in the bottom of all of these different rocks. A bit of water to cool him down. what I'm doing is making, I guess you'd call it a porcupine rock. So I've got my rocks with a hole in it, and I've got the big one still down the bush with the hole in it. So these are 5mm drill bits. I've got this 5mm piece of steel from the dump. This is a fairly small rock, so I'll make him a long one. Another thing on the floor. So all I'm doing is I'm then putting the rocks on the end of the steel. So some I prepared earlier. So like this. So it's just a red rock on a piece of steel, and I've used a bit of industrial strength, no more nails, to glue the rock. So I'm starting to build up a nice little heap of rocks here. I'll keep going on this one, and I'll get back to you when we take them back down to the table. So here we are back with our porcupine rock, if you want to call it that. Rain's holding off a bit. So, now, looking good. What you can do is just get these, put a bit of adds a bit of extra interest in them. Put a bit of a bend in them. This one could do with a little bit of a bend this way. There we go. So our rock's looking good. I put a bit of compost around here from under the trees I already had. Bit of ground cover that I had. I've got some heliconias that'll grow up the back and create a nice screen across here. And this is doing exactly the practical thing that it should. It adds interest to your garden. Keeps people off this corner by going around it. It's kind of really interesting to look at. And what it costs, $7 in drill bits to get all the holes in, and this bit of steel I brought at the dump shop. I think it was for about $1. So, another project done.